You return to the rest of your group with your new body.
Hi, Brynja. Hi, Brynja's friend.
Hi.
I'm like immediately on the defensive, like not quite ready to attack, but I'm like getting ready to reach back for my spear.
We're good. It's them.
Okay.
It's good to know I was able to put that body out of commission. No time for that. So, if it ever came to it.
So are you saying the body he's in is weak?
Weaker than usual, I would say.
Wait. He? She?
As far as I can tell, she.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if you... I know what I call you.
I don't know how to answer this question just yet.
Anyway, I'm doing some interior decorating, and I'm wondering if the blue matches the carpet that I'm putting in.
I like to imagine that despite Morgan not having a home before, he is the best interior decorator this side of
Making up
Nyrverold.
Just the best interior
Making up for
designer.
last time.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I actually went for kind of like an Icelandic boho vibe. I know it's a little bit 2013, but just stay with me because you're gonna love to see how I put this all together.
I know it's a little circa 203, but it's giving
Nyrverold
classic
HGTV.
era. But hear me out.
You're gonna have to trust me. The pampas grass is only as a filler until we get the right kind of ottoman, because we're not gonna want this to just be decorative. We need it to be functional.
God. Anyway.
Right, so you can tell your man that they won't have to worry about the dagger heart making any appearances anytime soon.
I will. I think this is going to be an adjustment, but
Yeah. I think everyone.
we'll figure it out. It's fine.
Well,
Okay.
confusing. First he was in her, and now he's in her. He's been in both of them.
I mean, he's not wrong, but I don't like how you worded that.
Okay.
Fine. Sorry,
Yeah.
skits around a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong.
Very
We're
versatile.
heading out,
too.
yes?
I give you a pat on the shoulder.
If you still have a shoulder.
I give the shoulder a pretty sure that's a shoulder.
Oh, sorry.
Eventually, Vidar makes his way into the room, and after a brief explanation of whatever happened, he proffers forth a bag of gold. I believe, technically, the bounty is yours? He holds out the bag.
Sure.
Is that the...
I'll just take it.
Oh, that's right. You don't have any. You don't have any spending money of your own.
Yeah.
by all means.
It's
Oh, here.
about 250 gold.
Nice.
There you go. That'll
I
be
thought that
fine.
was even about. I forgot exactly what we were doing in the first place. Right.
Damn, this
Oh.
body was on sale.
I'll give 50 to Egil. That way, just keep 50.
Oh. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Nice.
Thank you.
I mean, you all helped, so
Oh.
Math. Okay.
Oh, I put your pack in your room, Reese.
Yeah. Thank
So-
you. I
Got
picked it up earlier. Right, so
Yeah,
Wintercrest?
yeah. When are we headed to Wintercrest, I guess?
Do we want to just leave tomorrow?
Feel like you've had enough rest?
I was gonna say, I'm
Enough.
like, I looked to Einar like, is that good with you? I know that's kind of sudden, but
Tomorrow's fine.
Right.
Right.
alright, well, let's all get some rest and we'll leave as soon as we can tomorrow.
Oh, good. You can actually enjoy a bed. Reese.
Oh, I'll probably put my bedroll on the ground and sleep there. No offense to, like, turning to our host, no offense to you. I don't sleep well if it's not, on hard ground anymore.
None taken. We can move the bed entirely if you want. Give you more room.
That'd be just fine.
Great.
Great. And then, whenever everybody disperses, I might try and, catch Morgan in his room.
Rearranging furniture.
Yeah.
No, realistically, I'm literally just. Oh, you're gonna not like this. I am literally just sitting crisscross applesauce, staring blankly out the window with a confused expression.
I overheard you haven't really had a home before. You doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you do with a home? Do you put things in it? Do you... Even if I'm just gonna leave here?
Yeah. I mean, the implication is this is going to be a place that we'll come back to, so if you want to put things in it, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. There's no set of rules. I used to travel and I met someone who had nothing in their house. It was more just a place where they went when they weren't hunting. So it was kind of empty. But then there are others who fill it top to bottom with stuff, and it's only enough room to meander around the rooms that's left. So
What if you need something?
that's the hard part, I guess. If you have anything you don't need all the time, but you want to keep safe, you can leave it here.
There's just too many variables.
Yeah. Part of the reason I never really settled, or at least from what I can remember with Reese, he never settled anywhere. Even in his childhood, he didn't have any decorations in his room. He just went out and did shit.
Sometimes I forget you're not Reese. Although I guess it's harder to forget now.
And I've already apologized to Brynja, but I'm sorry. I know you were fond of him as well, and I'm sure it seemed like an intruder. I have a question though, because you seem to have more knowledge than most that I've met, and especially the fact that you know Old Common means that you might be the only one who may have heard of a certain name I've come across recently.
Okay.
It's when I got with the second bracer. I think I've mentioned the name Riatori, but I've recently come across the Storm Mother.
That doesn't ring any bells to Julian. Would Morgan be able to roll for it?
Yeah, let's go with academics.
Academics? Yeah. Oh, academics is separate. That's a different one. Benny. Yeah, it's been.
Who's that?
5.
5. You're not too terribly familiar with the name. You think you've come across it maybe once or twice. Only in the fact that you understand that the Storm Mother is essentially the Jotun antithesis of Surnir, god of storms.
What about her?
Realizing if they're not the same person, they're at least close. Something I came across while Brynja and I were out.
Close to. Oh, just the other name as well?
Yeah, if they're either the same person or if they are related in some way.
What was the other name again?
Riatori.
That one means
Can I use my
nothing to
previous
you.
roll to? Yeah. And it doesn't ring any bells for me.
That's fine. I just figured of anybody in the 5 of us, you'd probably be the only one to know.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's more, I just wanted to try and see if I could bridge some gaps, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
I'm sorry about earlier.
It's fine. I think while we were out, I processed that a lot too, and I realized if I'm going around just hopping into people's bodies and making them take a back seat, what happened in the dungeon isn't necessarily dissimilar, is it?
I told Crag and Reyna about it too.
How'd they take it?
About how you did. Just now.
Yeah.
And I didn't grow up around a lot of people. I kind of learned about them through books and watching, but there's a lot I just don't know. And I guess I'm learning where the lines have to be drawn. It's not just about having power, it's about who has it and why.
And for what it's worth, I'm sorry for flipping out as hard as I did. I also realized while we were out that, especially in positions like we're stuck in, sometimes you have to do unsavory shit to make sure that things go in the way that they're supposed to. Do you know what I mean?
I just don't want to. Sometimes I feel like kind of a monster.
Oh, sweetheart, no. No, look, you're learning. Alright. We have to do all kinds of shit in order to make it work. And he was a fucking terrible person. If anything, you kind of gave him some shit he deserved, if I'm being honest. And you are sweet. You are one of the sweetest people I've met. I couldn't really say it because I was, as everybody keeps fucking putting it in Brynja, but you are a very sweet kid. I think you just haven't had anyone to help you figure out the limits of your power, both where the power ends as far as what you can do, and what you are and are not willing to do with it. And that comes with experience. Fuck, I've lived in a war. You learn real quick, based on experience, what you're willing and not willing to do. You'll get there, but you're not a fucking monster.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't want to hear you call yourself that again, you hear me?
Okay, not Reese.
I'll take it. Anyway, just, chin up, okay? Okay. I'm gonna go get some food because we gave all my food to someone else, so I gotta go stock up. So, see you in a bit. And I'm gonna go get rations because we gave all our fucking rations away.
Fair.
I'll say 5 silver for
Stick.
2 weeks worth of rations.
Sick.
My cold dead heart.
Yeah, I know.
I'll stock up on rations too, so I'll also take 5 silver.
Yeah. I think I've got like 3 days worth at this point. So I'll get like more weeks.
Mhm.
5 silver, you said?
Yeah, we'll call it 5 silver.
I'll give him a gold and tell him keep.
Okay.
I don't want to do that kind of.
Oh shit! Wow. Handbook has it a lot more expensive than that.
Oh, dang.
I already said it. It's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
They're not great quality. They don't taste great.
Not at all.
There you go. They're not.
5
Yeah.
bricks a hardtack.
What is
So I was like, hey,
what is
hey,
Sayum the
Frostwind's-
god of again?
Sayun? She's the goddess of the moon.
And she's also heavily like magic, duality.
Yes.
There's a
There's-
reason a lot of Skapani worship her.
Are you a bastard?
Am I? I mean, I am, but in what context?
Don't worry about it. I know a bastard when I see one.
Christ. Are you a
Apparently not, because
Yeah, I
Eh,
thought
but
that
we
was
digress.
Sky.
Cool.
All right. Unless anything else needs to happen. Morning eventually comes, along with the time for travel.
Sick. Roll 20.
Road trip.
Road trip.
All right. Let's get that going.
Hmm.
Go over here.
Okay.
Is there
Everything's
any?
fine.
This is a path you have traveled before, so I will not make travel as tedious.
Okay.
Hey.
Is there any specific deviations or stops you would like to make along the way?
I don't think so.
I don't think I have any.
At least not for this portion.
Wintercrest, oh Wintercrest.
That's about 7.5-ish days.
Are you Wintercrest?
How many times do you need me to roll vigor?
I think for the interlude we did every other day, so if you could just do it, we'll just call it 3 times for the course of the travel.
Okay.
Roll for alcoholism.
Actually, make it
That's-
4 because a
no,
couple days did pass when you were hunting the serial killer.
Yeah. No, that's literally what it is, Julian.
No, I know. It's just funny.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Julian's
assume.
being funny again.
He's-
Yeah.
I need like a
Sorry,
like
it's been
Polonius
so.
and like Shrek with like the signs.
Oh,
Laugh.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
been so long since we've played together, you know. Okay,
It's fine.
9.
I often forget
10.
when you're funny.
Okay,
Okay.
good on
10
one.
for the first one. 4.
Still a success.
10 again.
Mm-hmm.
And 4 again. Damn. Okay.
Whew, you're good.
Ow. I'm
Okay.
feeling really
Highs
good
and lows,
some
highs
days.
and lows, highs and
Yeah,
lows.
Highs and
I'm,
lows, highs and
I'm
lows.
feeling really good some days, and then other days I'm a bit more quiet.
When did she get her badge?
A standard success without any difficulty modifiers applied is a 4.
Okay. Oh shit. I was threading the needle, baby.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
Is there anything that you would like to occur over the course of this travel?
I'm feeling
Just
like my
figure
friends
out-
like me again.
I just want to figure out what the fuck our game plan is once we get there.
Don't lose the
Yeah.
princesses.
That's the ideal.
That's my game plan, personally.
I think what really needs to happen is your man needs to head it, since he's the one that's going to be vying to be the new Jarl,
True.
and we are.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
we
Actually,
need to be
speaking
there.
of, hold please.
There we go.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Cosplay
you
your
gotta
man?
pick it up.
Oh shit!
never
I don't have a hooded thing. Fuck.
Yeah.
Nope,
And-
I gotta travel. I gotta travel with the hood up. That's how this
Yeah.
works.
If
We-
she did have a pretty fucking big cloak, if you wanted to keep it.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably
No.
have my hood up whenever Reyna does.
Okay.
Which
So
is
I
pretty
think-
much at this point anytime we're not in Frostwind. If we are not in Frostwind, my hood is up.
So I think he needs to head it, and then we are gonna offer support and answer any questions that get asked our way.
Yeah.
But I think we need to be just very, let's just again, let's just say the facts and
Yep. This is what happened.
Yep, and he needs to hold his own if he's gonna be Jarl. So we just
Yep.
gotta
True.
offer our support when we can.
All right. You travel south from Frostwind, leaving the cold, abysmal frost of the Shattershore behind. As the mountains and the coast fade in the distance, you eventually cross the path that leads to the hearth. As trees begin to spring up once again, filling the space, a familiar place to you, Morgan. You
How's
traverse-
Arthur?
Arthur's doing great. In fact, he picked up a new word from the last couple conversations y'all had.
No.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no.
no.
Penis!
Yes!
And I give him a little pet. I'm like, yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Oh my god.
Yeah!
Oh my
Oh my god.
god.
He gives you nuzzles, but he's doing well.
He knows his AB penis.
Mm-hmm.
APP. Sweet fuck.
We did this.
Having made it into the hearth proper, you eventually pass the twin watchtowers that lead into the main basin in which Wintercrest is contained at the foot of the mountains. The massive city looms in the distance as you approach the gates. Eventually making your way inside, you're greeted by the busyness that you have forgotten.
Yeah.
The city itself is alight with movement as people go about their days for shopping for various errands, saying hi to friends, whatever you can think of. Um, where's your first stop? At this point, it's probably like 2-3 p.m.-ish.
I think straight for the freaking
Yeah.
Rip that
temple.
Band-Aid off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You make your way towards the massive keep at the back of Wintercrest. As you approach, of course, there are guards along the outside that halt your approach as they request for your intent on approaching the keep. Einar responds in kind, holding up the summons letter. The Domari are expecting us. They look the group over, and with a little hesitancy, they nod. One of them breaks to lead you in. And as they do so, you find yourself in familiar halls, if not halls that you wish you could have forgotten. As they lead you inside and take you immediately to the main antechamber that sits outside of the space in which the Domari proffer their wisdom or perform any of their inquisitions or trials. It takes some time as you sit for a while. Sorry, just switching the mood here. Is there anything you would like to discuss while you're sitting here in the antechamber waiting to be called?
Just
I don't think so.
going over everything. Like, okay, this is what happened. This is the time. We're all on the same.
You wait for some time, having your conversations before eventually the doors are propped open and you're guided inside. You find yourself in the massive visiting chambers of the Domari. The pillars of stone rise in the distance on the other side of the large pedestal in which the defendants usually sit. Sitting amidst each of the different pedestals is the Domari that you now know as Other Katla. She's a demigod with these piercing gray eyes, short graying black hair. Other Mach, who is a light elf, pale skin, seeming to almost glow, very long hair that he keeps in a neat ponytail. And Other Un, a very slender halfling with long gray hair and shimmering hazel eyes. As you enter, you also notice in the distance, past the darkness of past the darkness beyond, just barely outside the illumination that strikes each of these pillars, you see two additional figures, kind of just sitting in the shadows, observing. Both have bright, glowing golden eyes. You see one just barely what you can make out. It's a very worn and ragged man, absolutely massive. This black tattered cloak kind of pulled over, long black beard kind of draping down past the chest. Every now and then you swear you can catch the slightest little glimpse of what appears to be some sort of electricity sparking between different folds in the cloak itself. You recognize the presence immediately. Cernir, god of storms, head of the Hernir.
Oh, fuck!
Oh,
Okay.
boy. Okay.
The other presence also strikes you with incredible surprise. You see a figure with very, very pale skin, hair an incredibly light blue, as if the color of a blizzard. skin almost seemingly frozen over, a rarer sight than almost any of the other gods in the north. Svel, god of winter.
Oh shit!
Ooh, cool. This is fine.
This is fine.
Great. Fuck.
Awesome. Oh, fuck.
And before, as we were traveling, I will say, I've put that locket away, so it's not visible, you know?
Of course.
Just letting. So I'm like, it's one thing having it in like Frostwind, where it's a friendly,
what I
like
forgot.
you know. Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't flounce a southern god up here.
I'm just gonna have.
my dad's amulet is as tucked away. I mean, it always is because she never wants it getting like damaged or anything. But I imagine there is some imagery on there that would not be appreciated in this specific room.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna like stand
Actually, I'm not
like
gonna go in it now.
my hands clasped behind me in like a parade rest so that the bracers aren't immediately visible.
As you enter, Other Katla stands up, one of the daughters of Cernir, and she looks towards all of you. Einar, Vidar, welcome to the halls of the Domari. Crag, Reyna, Brenya, Morgan, and other. I see you find yourself in our halls again.
Renia just nods.
Hmm.
She takes a seat again, and Othermach, the light elf, speaks up. Do not fear, this is not a trial as it was last time, merely an inquisition. And Einar takes a step forward. I presume that this is in relation to the Jarl's death. Katla speaks again. It is, in more way than one.
Oh.
We would first like to know the details of the past Jarl's death. You must mind the company. The honored ones behind us have a particular interest in this case. Cernir always oversees the selection of a new Jarl. Svel, well, Vestar was his son.
Our condolences.
Silence from the back. Please, tell me your tale. And Einar recounts every detail that he can properly remember in relation to what had occurred at the keep with the assassination. He's a little foggy on the details of what occurred before, as he was only really present for the main fight itself. He kind of looks to the rest of you for support on any details leading up to the event.
I'll help as best I can.
Morgan, I'm assuming you do not contribute to this.
I bite my tongue unless asked.
Okay. You share what you can of the story as well. How much of it do you recount regarding the events leading up to the culmination of the Jarl's assassination?
Remember the discovery of discovering Kilgrove's dealings, and upon returning, finding the shrine, and him after being confronted with it, and then his pretty much threats when he was in jail, and the whole he put a hit, and remembering what happened, as the three would remember what happened with the late Morrow, fearing this might be the same thing, and trying to prevent that as much as we could, but ultimately failing.
They all take this in. There's a silence in the chamber for some time before Other-Un, the halfling who hasn't said anything up to this point quite yet, chimes in. It would seem the second instance in which you've had an encounter with this assassin. I set forth no claim that it is your fault, but I do feel as if this is no mere coincidence.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the Morrow say that they had a connection to Kilgrove? Like, looking to the rest of you guys.
Vidar kind of chimes in. Yes, the Morrows, from what I was able to glean, had lended Kilgrove money previously prior to his ascension to stewardship. It is in part why he was able to be recognized by the Jarl originally. But it was quite a lot of money, from my understanding, which eventually drove him towards the path he was on of draining the Shattered Shore of its funds. The light elf speaks up again, Othermach. Remind me again of this assassin. We have the vague descriptions, but in particular the pinnacle of the moment of the assassination, after you had supposedly slain it, is what strikes me most peculiar.
Yeah, I give as best details I can, because I think I was the one that was like, I was right up in that bitch. I was right up in that bitch, and then that, and then couldn't, yeah. Because it came back, right? Or it didn't even go down fully. It just was like,
The body dropped briefly, but
yeah,
not long
but then
after it came back.
yeah. So
Each of the Domari in turn kind of look to each other, sharing glances of concern, before eventually Otherkotla chimes in. I believe we have more to discuss on the matter, but I shall not waste the honored one's time. Einar, I have heard from your steward, and she looks to Vidar, that you are the next in line for recommendation for Jarlship. And Einar bows. I am. Very well. And she stands. My lord. And you see Cernir in the back stand for the first time, a towering figure, at least 10, 11 feet tall. Takes a few steps out of the shadows, still shaded by the hood that he's wearing. Again, more sparks kind of seem to just emanate from places anywhere on his body, his beard, the cloak, his arms, his fingers, everywhere. He steps out of the shadows and he looks to Einar with a commanding voice. I have discussed your trial with my son. It would seem that he requests you prove yourself in a form of survival. There are places in the Shattered Shore that are essential to its survival and are of the most dangerous. He would like you to go to Rhymespire. by yourself. Einar kind of takes a low bow. And what shall I do while I'm there? You will turn Rhymespire to what it once was. Free it of the diseases plaguing it, and return the Rhymestone to Shatter Shore's economy. Should you survive and should you succeed, you will have our nomination. Einar takes another deep bow. It will be done. Cernir doesn't even give it a second thought, and he just walks past all of you, not even giving you another glance.
Hold him up, breath.
Get out of the way.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Svel still kind of sitting in the back. You see him eventually stand, and he continues along the shadows, kind of staying slightly out of view, giving you a single glance before disappearing out the doors. The Domari all look between each other before eventually they all turn and they nod to the halfling, Otherun. As I said, we have more to discuss about the assassin that you've encountered. We have rising concerns about what is occurring in this land. Othermach, the Light Elf, chimes in. Are you familiar with Ragnarok?
Yes.
Are all of us familiar with Ragnarok?
I would assume.
I would
right?
imagine
The
all of
stories,
us
like,
would be.
like, the stories of the end of the world. If you were told, as
Yeah.
I would assume that would be like a story I would have been told, maybe.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. The halfling kind of takes a step down, making her way kind of off of her pedestal as you see a rock form underneath her that then drops from the pedestal, lowering her to the ground as Otherkatla stands. There is something you must see. As Otherun said, she believes that this is no coincidence in your involvement with this assassin. As she takes Otherun takes a step up to right in front of all of you. Getting a closer look at her, she's looks like much more of a kindlier woman than you would have guessed from what the light above kind of projects onto her face as she's up on the pillar. I believe your fate is tied to this creature in some way, but I do not quite yet know. Come, follow me. There is something I must show you.
Yeah, gonna follow.
Yeah, okay.
You make your way, following Otherun, leaving the other two in the chamber. She guides you through the keep, eventually coming across this massive set of wooden doors with an incredibly large beam that's been put in place to block the door from opening. She waves her hand, and you see the beam disappear entirely as the doors swing open inwards. On the inside, you see nothing but an empty round chamber. At the back of it is a large stone tablet that's almost embedded in the wall. The writings on it look absolutely ancient. She looks at the carvings on this tablet before she looks back to you. Not many get to observe the words of Uldar on Ragnarok itself. She looks back to the wall, and as she does so, the words themselves, only two of you originally recognize, but she snaps her fingers, and you all gain a sudden understanding, able to read them yourselves.
Great. Awesome.
Okay.
Oh, come Ragnarok, its tapestry woven in fire and ice. When the dawn passes one final time, the serpent shall grieve forevermore. The sky, once vibrant with the colors of life, shall turn to snow and ash as the leaves of Yggdrasil fall. When corruption rears its tyrannical head, the scorned will shatter the foundations of eternal glory, setting loose the souls of valor. And only when the lost call for a hero will the herald rally the faithful against the end of times, the fate of the realms in their hands. You see Other Un make her way closer to the tapestry. Sorry, the tablet. As she does so, she kind of points towards a specific portion of the carvings as you make your way down, reading it. Oh, come Ragnarok, its tapestry woven in light and dark. When the dead's call is heeded, truth shall illuminate old pains. Siblings shall war, the servant of the dark shall return to the light, and 3 of golden blood shall fall. Gods will tremble as mortality shall embrace them as kin, heralded by the blood of dreams. Forged by ambition and honed by anger, the godless shall slay gods, and the hunted shall become the hunter. As she makes her way closer to the carvings, she points at the second paragraph. This is the portion I am most concerned about. Her finger jotting over the spot where it says, "The servant of the dark shall return to the light." You continue past, reading the final parable in the entire scribblings. Oh, come Ragnarok, its tapestry woven in blood and steel. A tyrant in red will be set free, and their wrath will threaten the world. The hound of hell shall be loosed, his hungering maw ravaging its prey. We back?
Did we go?
We back?
Yeah, the camera's dark.
Cameras are dark?
Oh no!
Yeah.
It's probably just
Like
because it's
right
not-
before you started
There we go.
reading the tapestry is
back
when they
now?
went away.
Oh no!
Now we're back.
Oh,
I think I fixed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay,
Yeah, we're good.
we're good now. Shepherded by the chaos, the Jotun will resurrect the wars of old. Only then will evil ascend from the great ashen roots. Its crashing tidal wave narrowly halted when the forgotten is remembered and steel turns to rust. Oh, come Ragnarok, the world born anew. Other Un continues pointing out the second parable that was read. Her finger going over the "and 3 of golden blood shall fall." We have suspicions that this assassin is the aforementioned servant of the dark. Given that the past Jarl was the son of Svel, that would make him one of golden blood. Is there anything further that you can tell us about this creature?
Odin,
Yes.
I'd like to check if I'm overreaching.
Okay.
An assassin killed 1 of golden blood, the son of
Yes.
Svel. What about the son of Atoll?
The son of Atoll would
that
be,
count?
depending on your interpretation, would be one of golden blood.
I'm just
In the
thinking
darkness, I do not fall.
the way this assassin, it's like they steal from what it was said, it steals their soul. So it's not just like you're dead. It's a damnation. So not only did this guy kill this son of a god, he prevented him from any
Moving on.
it's worse than death, because death, at least he would have been able to go to like Valhalla and be, so because he was a good guy. He got fucked.
But then why Morrow?
I think
Maybe a
because
test?
Or again, it was a hit.
Or an axe to grind?
So yeah, a hit of a
Thank you, I was gonna
taste.
ask for this.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
This
So-
could be the start of it.
Yeah. So with
Well, because
all
hold up,
this,
didn't we figure out that the whole thing with Morrow, that was born of the ritual that we failed to stop with the disgruntled
Yes.
worker?
Yeah.
yeah,
So whoever knows this
then-
ritual is someone's teaching people this ritual, because this ritual is not
Yeah.
well known, because otherwise
Yeah.
more people would be talking about this shit, because this is more than just like
Yeah.
calling in an assassin. This is I am doing the most evil thing I could possibly do. I don't
And
want
then
this
I
person
forget,
dead.
did
I want
we-
them gone.
Did we figure out if Kilgrove just did the same ritual, or was this something different? Was he
I
like
think
reaching
that
out
was
to something?
different.
I thought it was
Kilgrove
different as well.
reaching out to a Flarkir. Like, that was
Yeah.
pretty explicit, I thought.
I
Because
think it was
Kilgrove
like
was getting
Yeah.
something for his service, and then we screwed him over. And so then, as a
Yeah.
last FU, he sold his soul to kill the Jarl.
Right.
And here's the thing, he sold his soul to someone else because his god, he pissed off his Flarkir god because he told us
Yeah.
his secrets and
The god
got
of secrets.
abandoned. So then he's
Yes.
like, and so that's whoever this thing is came and was like, hey. And he sold his soul because he's like, hey, this is giving me purpose because I no longer have purpose anymore. So it could be totally different, but,
yeah.
or just a different flavor of the same creature.
With all this speculation, Reese might be like, well, if that's the case, and you think this is the servant of Ragnarok, what with Morrow then? Do we know of any lineages tied with him, or?
I do not know, honestly. Marl was an odd case. Eskel, he is not of divine blood. Their family has had no traces of my knowledge to any sort of deity in their entire line.
But Morrow ran that mine that we Union busted, didn't he?
He did, and
Yeah.
that guy had
When corruption rears its tyrannical head, the scorned will shatter the foundations of eternal glory.
maybe that was the spark. Maybe that was
yeah.
the spark that let that get going. Yeah.
Which means someone started this.
The suspicion that we hold from what we've gathered on this assassin and what you've told us is that this creature is in service to Black here. Is what makes sense, at least.
During my investigation, we were trying to save the Jarl. That is the Flarkir that Kilgrove invoked.
Well, that is a confirmation then.
Brynja's gonna walk up and point to a part of the etching. Say, this also worries me that this is more than a coincidence. A tyrant in red will be set free.
That stood out to me. How much you want to bet that's what Kilgrove is going for? The Shatter Claws.
So the bandits, the Shatterclaws, that Kilgore was working for. They are following the teachings of someone who they call the Red Lord.
And they were investigating a dig site that they couldn't get much headway on because they didn't know Old Common. But it revealed the location of Sturcola's tomb.
We think that
You
this
believe
circle
that
there-
this is the Tyrant in Red?
it
I
is
mean,
the
if-
first thing that came to mind. If we are connecting events, this is another coincidence, or
That wouldn't make sense to me. Sturcola has always been a beacon for the people of the North. A wartime hero who regained our lands, but I suppose it wouldn't be in the South.
Right. I guess it just depends on perspective, really, don't it?
Ragnarok will affect everyone. So,
She kind of glances behind her, looking towards the open doors, and she waves her hand, and they close again. You feel kind of this presence settle over you as any sort of exterior noise that you could have heard goes silent. For what it's worth, the Hernier, and we've discussed with the other southern Domari, the Spekir as well, hide things from us. Not just us, but the Elden, so there could be more to this as well that we don't yet understand.
They can hide things from the Eldens.
Indeed.
They're scared.
Of what, though? I mean, obviously, they can get caught, but
well, if
Ragnarok
Ragnarok
affects
comes
all of
through,
us.
it says specifically about the death and murder of the gods.
True.
I would think they, of all people, would want to prevent Ragnarok.
The servant
would
of the
be scared.
dark shall return to the light. Blackyear's return.
I don't believe it would be black here specifically, but it specifies servant, and I suppose a god serves their own power, but it would make
also
more
be
sense to me that it would be someone serving Blackyear. Which is why the assassin fits the bill in our mind.
But then what is darkness?
again, I think that's up to perspective, isn't it? But Spekir was probably, or Spekir is the
Southern.
ones who abandoned the fight, right?
No,
Oh.
that's the Flarkir.
Flarkir.
Yeah, the gods that exist on the material realm
Yeah.
in Nyrverold are the Hernier and the Spekir, northern and southern,
Okay.
respectively.
I know who's next.
You know who's next?
Who's next?
Wait, hold on. Is this Morgan or is this Julian? Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold
that's
on.
a
Separate.
That's a good question.
Separate them.
Odin. Do I know who's next? I'm about to logic this, but I don't want to say something stupid in front of the damn god steward. In my vision, the crescent moon turned red with blood.
Oh,
Fuck.
oh.
So is your assumption that it would be Seiyun?
Or
Yes, or someone
Seiyun's-
tied to Seiyun, a
The-
crescent moon, so perhaps a
Y-
child
Hold
of
on.
Seiyun.
No, Morgan knows I need to go see Her name is Kipson Seyun daughter. So she's the person I need to find is Seyun's kid. So or one of her daughters.
Another possible theory. I don't think the definition of darkness is what is levied here. It is, I think, servant. Because Brynja didn't start going for Seyun until after the knife came into her possession.
Black here is known for their manipulation.
Oh, he wants me to get close to her, cause honestly, if I,
motherfucker,
all these squares.
I didn't.
All these squares.
I didn't pledge
Meanwhile,
myself,
Vince is like,
but...
"This is entirely wrong, but I'm enjoying this."
Yeah. We're putting all of like the.
Don't let my smile be confirmation.
I've connected the two dots. You didn't connect shit. I've connected them.
I mean,
3 stars that stand out in a trunk. The 3 stars, the 3 blood. Oh.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So,
Morgan, can I have you make me a common knowledge roll?
Please.
This is God giving you a little here. Let me help clear the waters for you, so you don't go down like a spiral.
This is
my last Benny.
This is in specific relation to the last statement you just said about the 3 stars.
My last Benny. I'm spinning my last Benny.
Oh boy.
I believe in you.
3.
3.
Fuck.
Yeah. Sorry.
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm not overconnecting everything. I'm just a lot of the things have the relation.
No, that's fair.
I'm gonna withhold this information.
So, if I'm understanding this correctly, you want to prevent the prophecy from happening.
I don't
First,
know. But it does concern me. There are parallels here that would signal that this prophecy is coming to light.
Heretic?
Other
how
than
do you prevent a
what's
prophecy?
other than what's already been discussed, or just what's been discussed so far.
What's been discussed?
Okay, so in order to prevent any major events from happening, there are a lot of details. One that is the godless shall slay gods. I'm assuming is either there's going to be another faction that hates the gods that pops up, or the Shatterclaws are not as done for as we thought they were.
They're very anti gods. It's their whole rhetoric. The people who.
What you've implied, if they are the ones that are also following this Red Lord, it would fit.
If this is all chronological, there is something else that has actually already transpired, unfortunately. Siblings shall go to war. Okay, so if a good portion of the second part is done, the next is going to be the gods turning mortal and then heralded by the blood of dreams?
The second part of that makes little sense to us yet.
Okay, that was the part I was trying to figure out.
Whatever it is, at least the first part. I know the first part does scare them.
And just, sorry, trying to get all the details in my brain as best I can. I thought all the Jotuns were in Jotunheim. Of course, Jotunkin are separate, I imagine, but
A majority of them, yes, are in Jotunheim, chosen exile, essentially. But there are others. Some are spread out across Muspelheim, Niflheim. We have suspicions that there may even be some hidden in other portions of the realms. Villerheim, Darkholm, even here.
Wotan will resurrect the wars of old.
But, for what it's worth, the oldest of the Jotun are, from as the Eldon have inferred to us, trapped in Jotunheim.
trapped.
They essentially created a
Trapped.
prison of their own making, and the gods sealed it. Those
So-
that exist beyond Jotunheim are likely survivors of the war, those who didn't immediately evacuate out to Jotunheim itself, or descendants of the originals who didn't. But as the prophecy would indicate, we would presume that whatever that seal is keeping them in Jotunheim would be broken.
I'm avoiding eye contact with Reese. Trying not to. Just reading the thing.
Well, if things are happening as fast as they are in the prophecy, we may not necessarily be able to stop mortality from returning to the gods. So the next step is finding the Red Tyrant, innit?
Nyrverold will be set free.
As a Domari and an advocate for the Elden Gods, I cannot directly ask you to take action. I am forbidden from that. However, the path you have laid out would make sense. You ask good questions. The others may not have seen it, but I see your soul. It's familiar from the first time.
I'm silent, walked in, not making
Yeah.
a fucking
Nah.
movement.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
I'm not
Yep.
saying a fucking thing.
Yep. Yeah. Again, I'm like looking at the writing, just trying. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
I do not know your soul, but you and the rest of your friends, I think you're tied more to this than you realize.
Likely.
She snaps and the silence around you fades as the doors reopen.
Well, here's. We also have much to discuss.
We
Should not take up any more of your time.
We appreciate you letting us see this relic.
Thank you.
She nods. Do well with its information.
We will.
And I'll bow and like
Oh,
back my way out.
She remains in the chamber, just kind of contemplating, staring at the tablet.
I'm the last to leave, but I leave. I take in the rest of the tablet, and I just kind of mutter, "In the darkness, I do not fall." And I give the Domari a little bow until we meet again.
You see her nod, still not breaking her eye contact with the tablet as she's stuck pondering. In truth, I do not hope that we do meet again. You sense no malice behind the words. Just...
I leave. This is Katla, yes?
Other Un.
Un. The halfling.
Yes.
Have you said that phrase around us? I don't recognize it.
Sorry, unrelated to the phrase, but just for your awareness on each of the Domari, they're all very tied with a single one of the Elden. Other Un, the halfling, is tied with Aer, goddess of magic, one of the prime deities.
We need to find somewhere safe and preferably as soundproof as possible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Very
Yeah.
much so.
Yep. I have shit I have to tell y'all immediately.
You make your way out of the chamber. Vidar and Einar seem to have not followed you in. They remained in the area outside and kind of just in conversation as you approach. You meet them and they see your concerned glances as they just kind of fall in line behind you as you continue to leave. As you begin to make your way up the keep, your path is blocked by another incredibly imposing figure. Their form is absolutely massive, standing a good 10 feet tall, completely bare from the chest up. Hair, blonde hair pulled back, golden eyes, scars covering their whole body.
Oh no.
A tall
Oh,
god of battle.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my god.
No. Brynja almost shits herself.
Hello, Mr. Tulsa. It's a pleasure to meet you. Make your acquaintance.
He looks down at all of you as you approach,
Fine.
and then back towards Einar. So you are to be the new Jarl of Frostwind. Einar. I am not yet, your grace, but I do seek to be. He kind of looks over the rest of your group. A shifter, wanting to be Jarl. Accompanied by 2 Vander. Good luck. And he turns and leaves.
Okay. I bristle and I'm
You didn't have time to hate crime me.
Oh my
I will
god.
cut that motherfucker down.
I like him.
No.
What?
He wasn't mean to me.
Well, must be
no,
nice.
because you were a human. You were a human little boy.
we need to find a place where that guy specifically can't hear us.
Uh-huh. No one fucking tell him my brother killed one of his sons.
No,
let alone,
we need
to... No. If anyone's... No,
We need to
forget
go.
if you ever say
We
that.
just need to
dig a
go.
tunnel. We need to dig a hole for like 4 miles downward.
Yeah.
To make sure none of these people can
We
hear
need
us.
to leave town now. Keep walking.
Yeah.
And then when it gets...
Until the sun
keep
sets.
walking some more.
Yeah.
And
Where's
then we'll discuss.
where's our
We're moving.
next stop?
We're moving.
Yeah,
Our next
no.
stop is out of here. That is our next
Oh,
destination.
I know where our next stop is.
Because
Right
otherwise,
fucking
Ray
here.
is gonna lose her fucking cool and attack a god. So we need to go.
They're not gonna come here, surely.
Yeah, surely not. No. We'll just summon the Hound of Hell from there.
Okay,
I swear to God,
actually,
if Fluffy
it's
comes
really
out of
funny
there.
it's really funny you bring up stuff, Doubter. We need to get out of here.
We gotta go.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
Okay, we gotta at least get out, and you can discuss with your guy because he's gonna be going in a completely different direction. So I know you.
Yeah,
wanna...
he's
Yes,
gotta go back too.
Kiss him, do whatever
Ow.
you gotta do. Meet us later.
You all leave Wintercrest together. The path out is the same one regardless of whether you head north or south. You hasten out of the city even as night begins to fall, having gone straight to the Domari on your arrival.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you pass the Twin Watch Towers as you reach the split in the roads that begins your travel in either direction. It is well into the night, and unless you would like to take a point of fatigue, now would be the time to camp.
Not in the middle of the towers. Come on, I'm the Hearthwood Witch. I can find a little spot. I know all the places. I know a safe spot.
We
I'm
also
also
can't
not
go
keen on
to-
staying still.
Yeah, but we also can't keep.
Can't go too far in one
Einar.
direction because we're.
Do I have...
Yeah, we can't keep Einar from his.
I am a
thing.
witch.
You are.
Yeah.
Let me see. Figure out your thing with your man. I have a solution. I have a
Okay.
solution.
Mm-hmm.
Listening.
I know I just watched Harley Quinn, so this is going to be a little bit of a rehash. Everybody join hands.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Mind Link.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
No one can
There we
overhear
go.
us in our brains.
And I'm doing Conceal Arcana.
I like
That is
that.
Oh
wise.
fuck yeah.
We're going to combine the brain. So I'm going to spend... Do we want to include the side piece in this as well?
I'm sure, right? If you have the withdrawal, like I'm sure he would appreciate
You
it.
probably should, considering he's
Oh.
going to be a Jarl.
Yeah.
Oh, right, sorry. The main piece. All right, cool. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 2 of those. So me, 1, 2. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I spent
7.
5 power points. There's 7 of us.
Yeah.
There's 6.
There's
No,
5.
Vidar.
Or sorry, 7.
There's
There's 5 of
7.
you, and then 2 additional. Einar and Vidar.
Oh, that's right. Duh. Okay, so
Einar
yeah,
and Vidar.
7. I'm spending 7 power points to get all of us.
Thank you. That's gonna be very helpful.
It lasts for 30 minutes, but need be, I'll just start singing. and increase the duration.
So as soon as that goes up, so another piece of that prophecy has already come to fruition. I'm concerned.
I'm worried. Is it what I am? It's yeah. Oh, this is how it was with me and them. Are you talking about when you left me? For a hot second.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, there was a little bit of our trip that I wasn't privy to say. So take it away.
Do you remember on the map where it was marked that there were black standing stones? There was writing in giant, which
We
I
went
could
there.
read, dictating sacrifice of blood and arms of sorts. It took me to Jotunheim, and there was no way back. Once I got to the other side, no stone similar. I had to be sent back.
Wait, what is this?
So those standing stones, the
Where?
what is it called? The when we went north,
Yep.
the black stones, like
Uh,
that
yeah.
had
Oh shit!
that
you guys went.
Jotun-
Oh.
We went there.
Yeah.
We went there and over because we went
Yeah,
to the
we had a
we
whole
went-
road trip.
because we went to the excavation site right over here
Oh my
and then
God,
came back.
okay.
Yeah. No. So we went there, and yes, giant writing, lots of death.
That's
It was fun. And then they just
that's where I
disappeared.
got sent to Jotunheim, and that's why I'm not in the body I was in.
Transported to.
Physically.
Yes,
They
and got the shit
left.
knocked out of me. I almost died, but I was spared by the Storm Mother, which is why I asked you about it.
Morgan,
Yeah,
make me
they
an occult
just-
roll. This is actually
Oh,
something kind
okay.
of in your field.
Oh,
8.
God.
8. You have heard theoretical stories of places that are often referred to as realmways. Realmways are a very unique exception in the world of Nyrverold in that they don't quite obey the laws of any sort of exile or protection that deities place. They are direct links from the material realm to whatever realm they're associated with. How a realmway is formed is something that is up for debate. It could just be something sporadic that happens when the veil between realms is thin, or it could be something driven by a very specific occurrence or rite.
You found a realmway.
It would fucking appear so.
If I'm understanding the prophecy correctly, this didn't just happen because the stars ordained it. It happened because of a scorned person. The darkness the prophecy speaks of is very nuanced in my understanding. There are connections to things like Blackyear and the Flarkir, but it's also just people. If you found a way into Jotunheim, well, it stands to reason that potentially they did too. Whoever is invested in this prophecy's fruition.
Here's the thing. Brynja could not follow.
And why could you?
That's the question. As soon as
I'm
he
assu-
left, I tried, and it didn't work.
What were the exact words on the inscription? Like, specifically who it was calling out to. It was enemy of my enemy, forgotten brother, forgotten sister, right?
Yes.
The inscription on the stone specifically mentioned these were who the instructions were going to. Enemy of my enemy, forgotten brother, forgotten sister.
Oh, you were a giant.
I'm starting to realize that.
I have something to confess to. When we were helping rebuild as much as we could, I had a vision. And when they were talking about the blood of 3 golden ones or something like that, it got me thinking of who that could mean. And in my vision, I saw a crescent moon fill with light and become red. And if I'm not mistaken, the goddess that you seek, Brynja, is of the moon.
You think the next person is going to be connected to her?
I think it could be.
Border.
Order does
Porter's
not
freaking
like
out
that.
with all of us.
He's freaking out. He's freaking out.
Yeah.
He's like, I hate the moon!
So,
The person I'm supposed to see is one of Seiyun's children.
What were your surroundings in Jotunheim like?
There were mountains I could see way far off in the distance, but they dwarfed even Skypiercer Peak. Big fucking foliage and trees.
The highest mountain. What's our move?
I look over to Enar. You've got quite a challenge ahead of you.
That's an understatement, I suppose, but seems a little pale in comparison to speakings of Ragnarok.
Potentially attempting to stop it? Yeah.
Do you stop? It's a prophecy.
That's
Prophecies
what
happen.
I'm saying is how
I've been told my whole life that Ragnarok isn't just a what if. It's a certainty,
When?
an eventuality.
It's a when. It's a when.
So
Why the hell do we have to be in the middle of it?
So it's not stopping it, it's steering the outcome, innit?
how do you figure?
Well, if it's an eventuality, and especially since shit is happening, like, we couldn't stop the assassin. We tried. We fucking tried.
That I could have kept going and taking it down, and it would have come back, and eventually, if I didn't wear out, it would have killed.
If it's an eventuality, we can't really stop it. So, my thinking is if something's in a battle, if there's no way to get to diplomacy and it's inevitable that you're going to spill blood, it's a matter of how much blood you dictate gets spilled.
It's
You know
not
what I mean?
about stopping it, it's about knowing what you're going to do with the knowledge.
And making sure you have a hand in steering what the consequences are.
Ragnarok will happen. So what do we do?
The storm is coming. You can't run from it. But you can prepare and try to save as many people as you can. Preserve as much life as you can.
And
I
at
don't
least
know what
slow
else
it.
to do.
I am concerned about the last shit in it. Specifically, I'm concerned that I have a lot of I don't want to be the fucking person to bring this shit, but I don't know how many of the fucking giants are out there that can have a connection. Hell, the one that I met said I shouldn't have even fucking been there. That it was impossible.
You did look like a scrawny human. If you were a Jotun general in the past, then that essence might have been enough.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Which is part of the reason now it's a necessity that I have to find the rest of me. Because if only 2 pieces, right, could get me there, even in the wrong fucking form, imagine what somebody could do with more.
I wonder, since a part of you is it's not just one piece, part of you is in multiple pieces. what if someone else is wearing you right now? What if there's another version of you out there? Oh my god.
And to
Fuck.
that point, what if they are working with whoever is trying to bring this shit about? Right. Because I'm one big fucking secret. And who's the one person who might be able to know about this shit and not share a single fucking thing for his own gain? So I know we have a lot on our plate, but I'm making it plain right now. That's my top goal. Because I'll be fucked if I'm responsible, even if through inaction, for bringing this shit about.
Secrets. What if this darkness isn't evil?
Whatever reason, I say it's all a matter of perspective as to who wrote it. Because Red Tyrant can mean anybody if it's written from the Northerner's perspective. It could be fucking anybody. But from anyone else's perspective, points to one motherfucker.
Love can be
Fuck.
strong, it can form bonds far from hollow. If you love someone enough into the darkness, you'll follow.
Oh,
Is that the poem? This is
Something
quite
you
deep.
read.
something you read. Would you like to share?
Okay. But you can't be mad at me.
Already a great start.
Let's hear it.
I might have been reading from the Book of the Dead.
Is
Okay.
that book you pilfered?
That book I borrowed, yes.
Right.
And this talk of darkness, the perspective, who did what, there are parallels. That's all. In my vision, I saw the stuffed owler. I saw falling. And when I fell into the darkness, I didn't fall. Perhaps Ragnarok isn't our end. Maybe it's the gods.
The last line is the world born anew. But again, what all will be sacrificed for that? What does
But
that
all will be
even look like?
gained.
So,
If we follow that line of logic with what Morgan was saying, it's a world without the gods look like. There's certainly
unclear.
one definition of born anew, I think. This is all speculation. We have no idea what is actually happening because prophecy, like all prophecies, are vague as fuck. What are we doing about the things we can control? If anything.
Crack.
We have to destroy the shackles. All
As
of
if I
them.
needed another reason to kill Vigo.
We can't leave a single one left. One of them gets out.
Oh, I wasn't planning on it. But
Yeah.
I know, Morgan. But with that zealous nature, and especially since there's already anger in the gods, If they find a couple followers, they'll spread like wildfire.
Yeah.
I mainly say this because if they are left after the gods die, and they are left to help with the world born anew, I don't know if I trust a group that robs every single caravan along the way to do well by others.
Yeah.
So I take it our timeline has moved up a little bit, and we are now actively hunting the Shatterclaws.
Is that what we want to do? With what time we have?
Is that the wording we... Oh, fuck, of course it is. Hunter has become the hunted. Fuck.
Is this what we want to do with what time we have? Search the mountains for bandits?
Do you have a better idea?
If they know, if the Red Tyrant, the Red Lord, if they're the same thing, and he will be set free. If they know where his tomb is, if it is Sturkolder, if they get to that tomb before anyone else, then that's just another thing.
In terms of the connections to death, there were a lot of undead that were guarding that mine before we got there.
There's undead in the surrounding area of Stolfdaughter.
There's death everywhere, it seems, these days.
I at the very least need to find the rest of me.
Do you have an inkling as to where to start looking?
Not a fucking clue.
What if we
Tried
followed...
looking into it, but nobody knows where these fucking things came from.
What if we followed the prophecy?
That definitely leads to... Probably.
In it, I did hear the sound of a hammer. If that's relevant to you, Crag.
I might be able to ask.
Been quiet, Craig. What do you think of all this? You're the son of a god. You! Oh shit! We need to make sure you're not the...
Hmm.
Fuck. Sorry, oh god.
Yeah, I always kind of figured Ragnarok coming. I don't know. Guess whatever happens, happens.
But if they have ideas for specific gods' children to go after, so far it's one of the northern gods' children. If your guess is correct, it's going to be the southern next. If they're looking to cripple the gods in order to topple them, it makes sense for the Elden to be last.
Where do we start?
As you ponder
Where
the
do you think-
question, the bard's music slowly comes to an end. He smiles and looks between his friends. Often questions in life lead us to more confusion. A drive that takes us down unknown paths where chance and fate often intermingle. It can make even the strongest falter, as the crushing weight of the unknown grinds all to a halt. With myths, monsters, heroes, villains, prophecies, and a little luck on the board, we are all forced to ask, how do we take the next step? It has been good to see you again, my friends. Tonight was an excellent respite from the journeys that have been plaguing me. I look forward to the months ahead of us that we have together and the stories we will tell. But for now, good night, my friends.